fitness expert. So let's go ahead and dive in.
Yes.
So we all want to feel better and live healthier, but sticking with wellness goals can be the hardest part. So right now we're going to dive into the top 5 wellness tips that you can actually stick with. Betsy provided
Ones you
these
can
to us.
keep.
These are practical, realistic changes that make a real difference. So the first one that you put on the list is walking.
Yes.
Why is walking important?
And this tops the list for a reason. So many people have given walking a bad rap.
Yeah.
You're just going for a walk. That's just relaxing. That's easy. That's not anything. Friends, movement is movement is movement. And you don't have to be a runner. You don't have to be a high impact person. Just going out and getting those miles in, getting those steps in, its impact on your joints, which is so important for us as we get older. Plus, it aids in so many things. It gets our body moving, which
Yeah.
helps in digestion. If you are a little bit tired, lethargic, having kind of a rough day, it actually can boost your mood because you're going outside, you're getting some sunlight,
Yeah,
all
for
of these
sure.
amazing things that are happening for your body as you're walking. It doesn't have to be super high intensity. It doesn't have to be some big something in order to get a lot of benefit from it.
Certainly, yeah. And you wrote on the list, you said, focus on function longevity. Now, what do you mean by that?
Yes. So, friends, sorry, I had to mess with myself for a little bit there. So, functional movement and longevity, thinking more in terms of growing old gracefully as opposed to exactly what I want to look like right now.
Okay.
Moving
Good tip.
away from the I am only exercising to fit this specific aesthetic and more into the realms of I am exercising because I want to be able to go out and do fun things.
Yeah.
I want to not just be ready to curl up in a ball, sore and exhausted
Right.
the next day.
Exhaust myself, yeah.
Right. I want to be able to move into my older years still doing all of these things that I love and trying to avoid the having to have your knees replaced or your
Right.
hips replaced or your shoulders replaced. And those things happen. They
Sure.
can happen. But working more toward trying to get through all of this stuff without having to intervene in any way.
And I hear you say this one all the time. I know it's important for me, and that is eating breakfast, right?
Yes.
Tell me why eating breakfast is so
Oh.
important as a health component.
Breakfast got super demonized a few years ago in exchange for extreme calorie deprivation and fasting. Fasting can be super helpful. We're not even going to really get into that right now, but breakfast, especially as we get older and especially for females, is vitally important. There is a reason it's called breakfast, breaking your fast. You have been asleep overnight.
Right.
And your body, when it gets up, it needs a lot of energy to get itself actually moving and functioning correctly for the remainder of your day. So if you want to start your day with more energy, of course, coffee could help
Coffee
with
helps,
that.
yeah.
But giving your body fuel actually gets it going so that
Sure.
it is ready to use whatever calories you're going to put into it later, and you are less likely to binge eat, overeat, go into lunch so hungry that now I'm not just eating my lunch, but
Yeah.
I'm eating my neighbor's lunch and I'm eating this snack.
Sure.
It's going to just levelize you throughout the day.
All right, a couple more to get to
Yes.
before we run out of time here. I want to talk about prioritizing recovery. Let's talk about that.
People more and more are taking the time to actually stretch, cold plunges, and taking days off. We don't have to exercise 7 days a week. Give yourself a day of rest. That is actually going to let your body repair so
Yeah.
that the next time you come work out, it's going to be even better.
And then you wrote on here, my least favorite one, lifting heavy.
Lifting heavy, Jason's least favorite thing. Lifting heavy is so vitally important, especially for all of these other things. To age well, we need to actually stress our muscles. Lifting heavy is more than a little 10-pound weight. Now
Which
there
you
are
see
people
me with
where,
right here.
right. Now there are people who 10 pounds would be heavy, but I want you to actually have to struggle to pick that weight up, even if it's only 1 day a week. I want you to do several reps of something that you really have to work for.
All right, those are some great tips, Betsy. And make sure you find, like, and follow us because we are on social media posting all of our interviews. We've got those tips posted. Our hot topics are there and more. All you need to do is search Good Day NWA.